guys, welcome back to Let's Play Xenogears and Battle Gauntlet time. Hopefully Satan's not too rusty for this. Anyway, last time we got attacked in the middle of the night and Faye's kinda not really willing to fight at this point in the game. He's having himself a little crisis. So Satan got himself a new gear and Bart of course is fighting as well. Must be using that stuff. Well, what kind of stuff? They're using what is called drive. They're battle enhancement drugs. They're basically like a stim pack kind of idea. If you want to use that kind of a reference, like a StarCraft reference. I know stim packs, I think, are actually real, aren't they? To some extent. Just kind of, heighten your attention, your adrenaline, your testosterone, something like that, so that you're, more awake and better equipped to handle things. Normal attacks will not hurt them, so how are we going to beat them? With normal attacks. Yeah, I don't know why they said that, but oh well. This'll never end. So let's take down these guys. We'll get by without him. We don't need him. Anyway, we have these two teaming up now. We still haven't had a chance to check our equipment with Bart in a while, and if you notice, the power on Satan's gear there is an output of 80, which means he has, I think, an engine that nobody else has at this point in the game. But his agility is super high, so he'll be able to do quite a bit of damage. Now, with these two, you actually want to fight them kind of side by side like this, and not target one more than the other. They tend to use a powerful attack when one is defeated, so we're just going to kind of go, and I'm going to attack this one now, since Satan's doing a little more damage, and then have Bart attack the other one. And we'll just attack them in this kind of a sequence, from one side to the other, and drop them both down to HP at the same time. I wouldn't bother using Wild Smile in this fight. It really isn't worthwhile. So let's finish him off and have Bart and the other one, hopefully, before he can get a chance to deal any more damage. Now, oh wow, there we go. Not too hard there. Now we'll get another level up, that's always good. Get a little bit of money. Apparently I didn't get any of the attack armor, or not the attack armor, the armor plus twos, but I wouldn't worry about them. They're not really important at this point. The armor plus one is more than enough for what we need. Oh, you wouldn't. Faye to the rescue. What does fighting get you? What if it was your home? Anyway, apparently Faye is ready to join the fight now. Now, I wouldn't worry about anything else here. Probably don't need booster in this fight. I can't remember. Claw Knight, yeah, I think he's got 800 HP. With the amount of damage I'm doing, he'll be dead in a few rounds. So I don't think there's much to worry about there. Yeah, he's almost. Oh wow, 2 rounds. That's just awesome. Anyway, we got another level, and we learned Iron Valor, and we finally get one of those extra AR plus 2s. Nice. Well, it'll go on somebody when I get a chance to equip them. Knew you'd come around. Got big trouble coming down now. We have a weird spinning thing. Is this the boss from Donkey Kong 3? It kind of looks like it. Oh well. Anyway, the first form of it anyway. It's this weird creature thing, so first things first, we'll just, you probably don't even need boosters in this fight. I think this guy's got like 4,500 HP. And almost all of the attacks are physically based. This should tell you how I'm going to go about my strategy in this fight. Yeah, Wild Smile. We haven't really seen a fight where we've had Bart where we haven't used Wild Smile. There's a reason for that. It is extremely good, especially early game. You know, it just saved me 170 damage, 140 damage, whatever it would have been. It is so worthwhile using Wild Smile, and it is nearly abusive with how useful it is. But of course, as we all know, just because it might be abusive doesn't mean I'm not going to use it. Anyway, so yeah, just pretty much Wild Smile, and then just go all out with X attacks, and then triangle, square death blows. Pretty much all you need to do right now. This is defense down. You could, you know, use Renki to target everyone, and then Sazanami to, you know, move that, but I really wouldn't worry about it. We've already done a third or more of this guy's HP, so I'm just going to keep on wailing away on him here. Really isn't all that difficult boss from what I remember. I haven't actually done a test run on this one. Just because, you know, the Calamity boss fight needed a test run, because I remember that fight being difficult, especially if you don't have your appropriate upgrades. But this one, I don't remember having any trouble with this one at all. Just keep wailing away on this guy, and he should fall down somewhat soon. Probably another round of death blows, and he'll be out the door. I'm not sure if that targets one person, two people, or all of us. Oh well. Few more hits. Unfortunately, one of the downsides to this game with its unique battle system is that the battles do tend to take quite some time. It's kind of similar to Legend of Dragoon in that sense. You know, it has a unique battle system, but unfortunately that means the battles take way longer than they really should. And so, that being the case, I was hoping to find a faster way of beating some of the bosses, but unfortunately, a lot of the time you have just kind of one option. Just keep going forward with death blows. Later on, there are ways around this and, you know, new strategies that make things more effective. But we gained some levels here. There we go. And we got a beam coat. That is a 100% drop, so you'll get that no matter what. That'll be useful later on in the game. But anyway, we seem to have chased them all out. Nice. Thanks. We actually got him to say it. Nice. Couldn't have done it without you. Well, those two probably could have handled it. You know, Satan and Bart, but, oh well. We're thankful that Faye got himself involved anyway. One step at a time. I, on the other hand, have really done nothing. Must find my own path. That's all I can do for now. So Faye has made his choice, and we're gonna stick around with Bart. Not that that was really questionable, considering we just got a weapon for him and haven't had a chance to use him since, as a character anyway. And yeah. Makes sense. Anyway, with that being said, we now should have access. Oh, okay, we have more cutscenes. That works too. Must infiltrate Ave and rescue Margie now. Gebler has discovered the base, so we will leave a small garrison and evacuate while we can. Yggdrasil is undamaged, so we're able to embark immediately. Cruise preparations are complete. Whenever you're ready, we can leave. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Help with our rescue mission. Let me say goodbye to the women before we go. Awesome. Go Bart. Anyway, with that being said, we now have access to all 3 party members, and we can re-equip people as we see fit. I want to go over here, and let's see, do we have anything new here? We should have... Do I have one of those caps? Leather hat? Oh, we already have a leather hat on. Never mind. There we go. So we're pretty much good on equipment for now. I wouldn't worry about too much. We're not max HP and MP anymore because, of course, we gained some levels there. But I think that's pretty much all we can do. So we might as well head into here. Take the elevator down here. Whoop-a-doo. And head into here. Rest up, gain our HP and MP back there. And I want to talk to you for that. This is where we rest. You want to get some rest? Oh, of course we do. And we get the little jingle there. Now, we have free reign of our characters at this point once we go to the bridge here. So we can really do whatever we want. No, don't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go do a little bit of battling around in the desert there. Mainly to fight, I think, some of the sand people, or the sand men, whatever they're called, I can't remember. And from there, I'm just going to gain a little bit of money, buy some response circuits, and yeah. I'm going to mention this now. Even though we're all going kind of in here, you know, we have our party of 3 and we can buy new gear for everybody, there really isn't a reason to upgrade anyone's gears at this point. Now, this isn't a spoiler because it doesn't tell you who's going to be in our party or not. It just says we're not going to have a lot of gear battles for quite some time. I should have gotten off the boat before doing that. So if you try and do menu from there, yeah, it sends you back to here. So let's check out our gears now that we can. That's set up, and we have 2 old circuits here. And an AR +3, that's nice. As you can see, the Heimdall really doesn't have comparable specs as far as defense or even attack compared to Faye there. But got higher agility than everyone else, which of course is nice. I'm gonna kind of rearrange some of... actually, you know what? I think I'm just gonna kind of keep it like that for the moment. Actually, you know what? Let's throw that one on there and the old circuit over here so that we all have 10. And I'll be buying response circuits eventually. Like I said, I'm going to go do some battling around to get the money in order to do that. I can't remember who exactly is the most effective enemies to fight in order to get money, but I'm pretty sure they were in the desert. And the best way of doing this, obviously, is to eventually get out of here and hit the circle button, which allows us to get out, and we can just wander around in the desert. There are some enemies that you fight in gears around here, and some that you don't. One thing of note... we've already seen these guys, but they die fast enough anyway. One thing of note is over here where you see this little tree standing in front of us there, we can actually go in there, and that's the access to Nissan. I believe we can actually go all the way over to Nissan. Oh, these are neat. They're Neo-Tin Robos. And they still suck, just like all of the other ones. So yeah, let's just end these guys pretty quick. Now, do these guys drop anything of value? I don't recall. Oh, I guess they could drop some of that stuff, and they drop some gold. But I think you get more gold from fighting the sand people, so I'll probably be doing that. But yeah, if you go to this tree here, I guess I can't do it unless I'm in the Yggdrasil. But you actually burrow underneath, kind of like one form of transportation in Final Fantasy VI. I won't spoil it because I'll do an LP for that game eventually. And we go to that little splotch of desert over there, and then we can access the thing right in front of us, which is Nissan. Though we can go to the shop. There's only a couple of things there worthy of looking at, and we can't do anything with them because they're too expensive right now. So I'm just going to fight around a little bit and gain a little bit of money, mostly out of my gears. Again, hit L2 and R2 to jump out of your gears. It's so much faster than going into the menu, because if you go into the menu, you go to gear, get on, and and then you gotta switch all your characters and do it that way, and it takes forever. So just so much faster to do it that way, and they don't really tell you about it until after the next 2 areas, which is kind of dumb. But anyway, I'll try to be doing most of the fights in my character form so that I can get myself some more build up for additional death blows. Bart should be able to gain the next few as soon as I use some more attacks with him, so I would definitely recommend doing that. We can build up some more of these levels so that once we hit the appropriate levels we can actually learn these things. But yeah, that's pretty much all for that, so I'm going to do that off screen and I will be back in a moment. Okay, we're back. I just wanted to show off something real quick here. This is a rare encounter in the the desert around here. This is a spear trooper. These guys drop 1,000 G, so definitely worthwhile fighting them. However, if you run into them while you're in character form, you'll probably have a hard time taking him out because he's got a decent amount of HP. You don't need to. You can use your normal attacks and take him out that way, but he does do a lot of damage, and you probably don't want to get hit by that, especially in character form. So what you do is just go up, select Call Gear on an individual character, and they will call a gear. Now, as I've said before, if you leave 2 characters, or if you leave 1 character in a gear and your other characters are not in gears, the gear character, or the gear enemy in this case, will not target the characters. They'll only target the gear. So I could still use the other 2 to beat up on them, but I'm just going to call all the gears and take this guy out. Show him off a little bit. There's a couple of other enemies around here. Troopers, which I haven't shown off. They're not really worth fighting. For the most part, I've ignored fighting any of the gears, just ran away from the fights, and spent all my time fighting the sand people, and this guy, if I happen to get lucky enough to run into him, just because they give the best money and the least amount of experience, and I really don't need any additional experience. Apparently this guy's got a high dodge rate. Didn't the first time I fought him, but... oh. Let's finish him off with some death blows here. There we go. I think he's got 800 HP if I remember correctly. Just finish him off real quick here. There we go. And he only gives 350 experience, which isn't too much. I don't think he... oh yeah, I think he can drop something. I think it's called a Sea Circuit, which I believe is increased in agility in the desert. I think Faye's already... Bart's already equipped with that on his gear, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just check real quick. Or he was until I took it off, I guess. Yeah, see the beam coat that we got there before lowers beam damage by 50%. That's one thing about this game that is kind of unique, I guess, is instead of just traditional elements, which of course we do have as well, we also have other things like beam damage, angel damage. What else? I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll see more of them in due time. The enemies that you fight around here, specifically the Neotin Robos, can drop extra ARs and extra AR plus 1s. I've just been getting them. The only time I've really fought them is when I fought the a group with a 1 Neotin Robo and 4 of the other guys, the Sand People. So I'll try and show off that fight, and then we'll move forward here. Ah, here we go. This is the battle I was looking for. Now, I wouldn't recommend going into your gears in this one because I'm trying to work on my techs. So if you target this guy first with your death blows, specifically your square X death blows, then you can take him down, at least with my strength. I've got 2 power rings equipped. One on Faye and one on, I think, Bart's. Then you can take him down in a single round as long as you use all 3 of these death blows, and it works quite well. As you notice there, I now have 6 attacks that I can do in a single battle, but you can take him down in one row here. That's just because I've been fighting around the enemies there. Unfortunately, Satan has not learned it yet. So yeah, I've just been doing different combinations of button presses against the enemies there to try and learn some additional death blows, and I have learned an additional one for Bart there, as he's gained the appropriate levels. So let's just finish off these guys here. And Satan finished that one. Looks like Bart gets to go next. I do have a new death blow to use. Might as well show that off. Called Dynamic. I won't go out of my way to show off all of them, because we'll start to learn a lot all at once. Some of them are really weird, like this one, but they all do a butt-ton more damage than the one before it, so... And we got Satan to level up. Perfect timing. So now he will be able to use 6 attacks as well. It's definitely not required before moving forward, but as you can see, I've gained quite a bit of money there. There are a limited number of places you can buy response circuits and magnetic coats if you're interested in doing that. I've managed to keep my levels quite low while doing this, mainly because I'm only fighting a couple of mechs just in that battle, and of course the spear troopers, and they don't give a lot of experience. And if you just fight the sand people, they give like 80 experience per fight, so you're not, you know, super level grinding or anything like that. Over time, as you can see, we've gained access to a few of them there. Bart was the first one to learn the next one, because I kind of worked on him heavier than the other two because he was so far behind. But that's kind of where I'm sitting right now, and that's the kind of money I have. I will let you guys know before we run out of the ability to get magnetic coats, and that's relatively shortly. Oops, timer's off. So yeah, I would kind of recommend purchasing them if you want to before you move forward too much. Now this here is Bledevec, the capital of Ave. Now you could also go back to Dazzle and buy some stuff there, or go in the Yggdrasil and get some stuff there. Okay. I guess I might as well show these guys off, why not? These are the trooper enemies. Not a whole lot to them, they just die like everybody else. They give more experience, I think, than most of the other fights, so I kind of avoided fighting them. Stupid pause. Didn't actually press it, it's just kind of the way that the emulator tends to work, not particularly effectively. These guys, I don't think they can drop anything, and if they can, it's negligible. You know, AR +1, AR, that's about it. Yeah, they're just called troopers, and not really anything to worry about. None of the enemies around here really are much to worry about. Alright, let's just end you there. Fast forward. No, they don't give all that much experience, but they don't give much money either. So I've just kind of been ignoring them. That way I can stay on the ground and work on my techs there. What is this? I don't even remember. Can I go in here? No, apparently not. So I'll go back here and I'll get the Yggdrasil and we can go and buy some stuff. But anyway, that's pretty much all the time that I had for this episode of Let's Play Xenogears. Next time I will have some new response circuits all set up on my gears, and we will be over there by Bledevec. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.